which is highly, you need not only technology, but you see infrastructure you need is of a very high quality because it is perishable. I will give you one example. You must be visiting this sabzi mandi either in Kotla or in Kalkaji. If you go there, what strikes what has struck me is that you see the difference in price between apples which are being imported from 20,000 kilometers away from United States or Chile or Australia. The price difference is just 15-20 rupees. And
sometimes it is not even that.
Not even that.
And these apples are subject to 50% import duty. And growing apples in America, they don't get any subsidy. Why? You ask the question, why these apples are so cheap, and our farmers in Himachal, they are crying that they can't compete. Kinnaur is just 350 kilometers away, and the reason is the logistics cost of importing apples is very low. These apples are brought by huge container ships from Seattle in Washington to Singapore, and from there they are airlifted to Indian metros. And still, the freight cost, which is tons per kilometer, is lower, because what is happening in India, that a truck from Delhi goes to Kinnaur, which is empty, and then it brings back the apple consignment, and the poor farmer has to pay a much higher.
To and fro.
The other example is, you go to any 5-star wedding, you will find flowers being imported from Thailand, orchids. Whereas Sikkim grows better quality orchids, but it is extremely difficult to get these orchids from Sikkim to Delhi or Indian metro. So you see, in case of agriculture it is fine, but until and unless we put our house in order and make our logistics cost very competitive, it would be very, very difficult. The third point I would like to touch is the increase in customs duty. I think it is a retrograde step. What it will do is that it will only reshuffle the import. Instead of getting finished item, this is already happening. You see that it will not change your import bill. You see, America is one country. If you look, this iPhone, the famous example is, in America it sells for about $180. You see, the cost of manufacturing, what China gets is only $8 per piece. Rest is appropriated by the US value chains, which is design, marketing and R&D.
Software.
You see, this is how the trade is being managed. Unfortunately, India is not a part of any production network. If you are not a part of any production network, I think it would be very, very difficult to get foreign direct investment, because you may bring incentives or disincentives, but India unfortunately is not. Like Thailand, even Vietnam is doing very well, because in India, if you ask, once I asked the ambassador of Japan, what prevents you? He said labor laws are not a problem for us, we can manage. But in India, to get a skilled manpower is very, very difficult. So I said, Gujarat is the, he laughed, he says, you see, Gujarat is fine, but in Gujarat you get unskilled labor who can only either break ships or do very low skilled jobs. Now I come to this corporate tax. I think, you see, corporate taxation we should not view in isolation. Globally, what is happening is, after America, you see, America has brought down corporate tax to 25%. 21%. And the piles of cash which is lying with Apple and other Microsoft overseas, they have told them that you bring it back, we will levy just 15% on it. So you see, India will have to compete with not only America, but with other destinations, like Ireland is just 15%. There are many countries. So So I think this is in a globalized world, this is the problem, the race to the bottom, what they say. In America is a very rich country, but you see, the amount of incentive they offer in cash to get foreign firms relocated from state X to state Y. So in India, and the last point I would like to is, you see, the people are saying that this gift city, you see, it would be a challenge, because for any capital market to develop internationally, globally, these only thrive and prosper in places where there is 100% capital account convertibility. Where you go to a bank, you say, "Ki I want to exchange, say, one crore domestic currency into dollar," no questions would be asked. And that is the reason why even today, capital and forex centers are just few. One is New York, London, Hong Kong and Singapore. You see, even today, Germany is the most powerful country in Europe, but it is not the center of capital markets or foreign exchange dealers. It is the England. And England, I think one is the simplicity. In EU, you have a lot of laws to comply with. It is just not the click of the button, but most of the capital goes to those places where it is very easy to operate and you have full capital account convertibility. So I think it would be very, very difficult for us. People will always find it more attractive to do business or to do transactions through these 5-6 centers. Because you see, one point, I was in England when this whole debate was going on, that England should join EU and accept Euro. I heard Thatcher on their television. She warned Britishers. She said, I am not bothered about the British manufacturing industry. That era is over. We don't have any comparative advantage. She said, you see, England, we want to make money, and England, given its historic links and its expertise, it will make huge money through arbitrage on forex. And she kept on opposing. And in fact, in England, it is through their foreign forex market, they make huge through commissions. And you see, these are some of the things which I think are very, very difficult to replicate. You see, intentions are fine, but the problem is how do we compete now? Because we can't thrive in isolation. We have to look at other competitors also, because you see, the international investors, rating agencies, they are continuously monitoring and scrutinizing our each and every policy step and outcomes. So thank you very much.